My wife and I have just returned from a wonderful vacation in Western Europe. While we were in Germany, we were stunned by the beauty of the place and the majesty of some of the great cathedrals of Europe. But it was also kind of disheartening to notice the lack of faith and the absence of worshipers in a place that had once been the cradle of Christianity. In Hamburg, a lovely city, there were actually colored chalk drawings on the sidewalks everywhere that said things like, "The Bible is a fairy tale and God is a fantasy." On Sunday mornings, the churches that are now by and large museums were completely devoid of worshipers. But a few days later, my wife and I were in Russia, where we had a very different experience. We met a woman there who had been born and raised in the state-sponsored atheism of the Soviet Union. But she had come to faith after the collapse of the Soviet Union and was excited to tell me that not only was her faith vibrant, but that many Russians were discovering faith. And then she said something that really surprised me. She said, "You know, the United States used to export faith in Jesus Christ, along with democracy. Now today, you're still intent upon exporting democracy, but you've forgotten about the faith part." She said, "You also seem to have forgotten that democracy devoid of faith in Jesus Christ is just another form of godless tyranny, the tyranny of the godless masses." She said, "I'm afraid that those of us in Russia who have come to faith are going to have to come to the United States to remind you of your faith roots in the same way you came to us just a few decades ago." I got to tell you, she's got a point. If we don't maintain the faith, we're going to lose a very valuable part of what it is that has sustained our nation. A couple of hundred years ago, Alexis de Tocqueville, that great French student of American liberty, noted that liberty cannot be established without morality, nor morality without faith. Despotism may govern without faith, he said, but liberty cannot. That's why I'm so grateful for the men and women of the Mission Society who have committed their lives to joining Jesus in His mission. Some of them here at home and many of them abroad, because they're helping to maintain the foundations on which the democracy of this nation have been established. As we are in this season where we've just celebrated our nation's independence, as we're moving into an election cycle where we're selecting a new president for our nation, there's never been a time when it's more important to both embrace and discuss this faith that has built our nation. I hope that each one of you will also embrace that calling and to know that there's a place for you to join Jesus in His mission. You know, the times are dark in many ways. We're facing many problems and challenges, and it seems like on a daily basis we note something else that's broken. But there's also another reality. The Word of God says the light has come in this world and the darkness has not overcome it, because it cannot overcome it. And we are the people who were called out of the darkness into His marvelous light. Once we were not a people, but now we are His people, a chosen race, God's own set-apart people. Let's go forth and share that message. I hope that you have a wonderful summer. As always, thank you so much for your partnership with the Mission Society, and may God bless you very much.